Okay, so guys, I am back from my short shift. Let me tell you guys what happened during my shift. Okay, so I was supposed to go in. Today was my day to work. So I was supposed to go in at 7 a.m. and do my 12-hour shift, so which would mean I would clock out by 7 p.m. Well, something came up. So when I was assigned to the facility and I already had a patient, but luckily the patient was for the shift that day today was it's only one-on-one, so only had one patient. So I was so happy and so excited. The patient just really, the kid just needed supervision, so it wasn't really too much going on. It's kind of like you sitting down there and just watching him and making sure he's okay. So I think by 7:30 or 7:50, I'm not sure, another CNA walked into the patient's room and told me that she was assigned to that patient and they were overstaffed and I had to leave. So I said okay. So I went out of the hall and I just sat down. I called my supervisor just to let her know the situation on hand and what happened, because when you work with agency, if somebody tells you that you can go home and leave, that your service is no longer needed at that facility, the thing that you should not do is just leave the facility. Sorry, people are making noise. The thing that you should not do is just leave the facility without contacting your workplace or your supervisor. So I went out into the lobby. I sat down, I called my supervisor and just told her what happened. She told me not to leave yet and I should wait until she hears from the DON. And once she hears from the DON, then if the DON confirms that they're overstaffed and they have and they no longer need any CNA to work on that floor, then I can go home. So I think I waited about like, that's better, girl. I waited about like 30 minutes, like 25 to 35 minutes to hear back from my supervisor about what the DON says, because the DON was not there at the time. So my supervisor called me and told me that she did not hear back from the DON and I was free to go. Okay, and I was like, okay, will I receive compensation for working that day for that shift, even though it was canceled? They said, yeah, you would be able to receive time and trouble pay. Yeah, I think it's time and trouble pay for showing up to a shift and the shift being canceled while you're working on that floor. I think that's what it means. And I was like, okay, good. But then she called me back again and told me that there was one facility that also needed another nurse on that floor, and she was wondering if I could cover up that shift until 12 p.m. till the other nurse shows up. And I was like, okay, whatever. It was still pediatrics, so I was like, okay, whatever. I think I arrived at the other location, at the other facility by, it was like what, 8:30 something, 8:35. I arrived there. I did my, they already helped me take vitals and everything since I came in late. So the other previous people on staff already helped me with majority of the patients. I only had 3 rooms, so I think it was 8 patients, but they weren't really bad. They would just need some basic, care. So my shift went really good. It wasn't bad, but it was very short. The only thing I'm happy about is that I'll be able to still receive compensation even though my shift was canceled while I was working. So yeah, that was all for my shift. I thought I'll be able to like show you guys around more, vlog more, because I made this video today to show you guys what I do in pediatrics unit, but today was not, didn't go as planned. I think I did after I clocked out. I think I clocked out about like 12:50. Yeah, I clocked out about like 12:50 and I went to Walmart, and that was just the highlights of the day. So yeah, guys.